on this computer. And right, so hello. I think I've got this right. Try again. It doesn't really matter what Gary Vaynerchuk teaches. This is part 2 because the first one, I'm just getting into my stride and it cut off. So thanks for bearing with me. So I want to do a quick message before I go live, do my daily live trading this afternoon, because I didn't go to bed until about 3:30, 4 a.m. and that's fine because I sleep in shifts because of various things I do, like with the Americans and things I want to be on. That's fine. I haven't got a load of other commitments. I've kind of gone all in with the Forex trading, as you know, and spurred on greatly by the fact the holiday apartments are closed by the pandemic. And I really don't want to open up again. Clean toilets, you know, all the towels, all the linen, some of the videos you've seen on the renovations and things. So what I wanted to say, there are 3 things I wanted to cover today. One is, you know, why have I called it the monk who sold his Ferrari? Well, someone sent me a message and we're talking tomorrow about signing up to join my team in the Forex. And I haven't actually read that book. I confess I am going to read it because you know, it's such a compelling title, isn't it? Fantastically imaginative, because you wouldn't think, obviously, someone who is spiritually enlightened, goes within to connect with the universe, is attached to material things. And I mean, of course, that's absolutely inherently true. So an intriguing title. But what he was talking about and saying, can he set up an appointment to talk to me? And he's obviously been following me for ages. In fact, looking back at my Facebook page and Ask Conversation, people are often watching and following you, seeing what you do. They're curious. They may not be liking and commenting on your posts. He hasn't, certainly hasn't. But then I got this long paragraph about that need for change and the desire. And at some point in your life, and it may come and go because other things get in the way, everyday life things, or one's feelings and emotions, or, you know, the usual life stuff that happens. Now that's just pinged at me, so I hope that I'm still live. Yeah, it's still saying live. And it's recording. It says preparing, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with my internet today. I'll carry on anyway, because I can always post the recording. So, you know, I mean, that's, you know that people are thinking about things and they want to do things. And then someone signed up with me last night, and I look back and we've been friends since 2013. 7 years, and I thought, I don't remember him once commenting on my posts, but when I re-looked at this timeline, I just burst out laughing because I remembered what we had. Exactly the same sense of humor, and such a fun guy. And he signed up. I stayed up till 3:30 in the morning because he wants to fast track going live on his account, which hopefully we can do next week. So we've set the broker up, we've set the demo account up, we took a demo trade, which fortunately won, because he said, I love the way he did the quick analysis. And I said, well, normally I wouldn't do it that quickly. And it did do its 20 pips. And I don't usually trade in Tokyo session. So we did it on demo. But that was great, because we said, oh, great, we've made enough to buy a couple of beers each. So he could see the power of it once you've decided on a strategy, picked an educator, and got the 3 or 4 confirmations that you need to get in a trade. So the monk who sold his Ferrari, people are prompted by change for themselves, their family, and then the community and the greater good, without me commenting on things that's going on in the world. You can be a positive force for change in your own life and in your own way, and influence and create, and not let a lot of negativity seep in and destroy you and add to that tsunami of negativity. And at various stages, things will ignite in you where you decide to step bravely forward and go all in. And I know any time in my life when I've done that, doors do open up and things happen, and the universe that really does help push you forward. And that's why it's so important to do personal development and spiritual enlightenment, because it gives you that self-esteem and that belief and that calmness and that connectedness and that ability to say, I'm going to stay centered and true and carry on in an authentic path with integrity to help myself, my family, that radiate out like the pebble in the pond, the wider community and the world. And that's where it all begins. So let me just share screen briefly. A couple of things I wanted to show you today. Now that's saying it's ended. That's very strange. It must be my computer today. So I'm going to carry on recording because I can post it later. So if we look at the markets, there's a couple of things here. So we've got big news. I'll show you the news on Forex Factory. So a lot of red flag news today across the euro, the Canadian dollar, the US dollar, and then Friday because of non-farm payrolls. So what you're finding now is the markets are crunching up. Everybody's waiting to see what happens, and it starts to get a bit stymied and solidify. So just picking some pairs that I have been looking at today. GA, you can see that's ranging. That's Great British Pound, Australian dollar, US dollar, Japanese yen, just chilling out over there. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, just chilling out up there. That's on the hourly. So you can see there, if I come down to the 1 minute, just going along. It's not moved more than 20 pips, which you wouldn't normally expect in Tokyo. And of course, it's not a London session pair either. But it is partly, I think, influenced by tomorrow's big monthly news. That's the biggest monthly news each month. It's for May, but because of bank holidays, they're doing the non-farm payroll, which is all the unemployment figures in America, comes out tomorrow for May. That's why everyone's the market's starting to tighten up. You get a feel for the market. Euro USD, let me just take off some of that. So again, it made Euro USD, obviously London driving that euro a little bit up, not very much though, from 11, so only 14 pips. So that really is ranging as well. And then Euro NZD, which is a fast pair. Sorry about that glitch there. I'll just take that off. So that's a strong line of support and resistance there. So it's coming down, hitting that again. Now this is a very fast pair, meaning it can move a lot up and down, but you can see it's sort of sandwiched between several strong levels at the moment there. So nothing much happening there. But if we come over to, lastly, we just come over to our reigning pips. And I just pulled up this screenshot. This is our Discord chat that you'll join when you join me. If you want to get involved in Forex. So Eric, who follows me, got myself 32 pips on GCAD harmonic pitchfork scan. So that looks very much like how I would do a drawing. So one of my type of drawings. So he's, I know he follows me. So you pick the educator, you pick the strategy, you stick to the system. And the guy that signed with me last night, he said, Sarah, I'm putty in your hands. I said, oh my goodness. I said, really, you need to try a couple of strategies, visually find what suits you. We've got all the support here and, you know, get going in that way. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry about the technology issues. I don't quite know why my internet's pinging quite a lot this morning. We haven't got any storms or anything. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to read the synopsis of that monk who sold his Ferrari, and maybe I can find a free download. If not, I'll order it at some point. I don't have a Kindle, so for me it's always hard copy books. But I may come back to that subject, because to return full circle, whether you join me in Forex or not is irrelevant. Find something on the internet as a side hustle. It does mean, in effect, you're working a part-time job outside of your full-time job if you're still lucky enough to have one. But the fact is that developing something that you are totally in control of, the internet is such a huge, biggest invention since the Gutenberg printing press, and to be able to do things on your smartphone, find your passion, link up the two, something that you're in control of, so that when all the whole world things seep in, all that negativity that seems to want to overwhelm you, you can be in a base where you can say, it's okay, I've got something I'm in control of, that I can carry on consistently getting content out there, doing and improving 1% per day, reading my self-development and my spiritual development books, and audio, podcasts, whatever you relate to, YouTube. You'll find me on YouTube, quite a lot of Forex stuff, but I'm going to do more on my Neville Goddard channel on there. It's the person I've followed for over 10 years. Him and Eckhart Tolle are my two go-tos. Particularly Eckhart Tolle is very, very good for feelings and emotions, and staying in the present, staying in the now, staying grounded. So that's why it's so important to do those things, because they will help you stay grounded and know that you can make change, know that you can improve, know that you can get better, know that you can be powerful, and know that you can move forward and then radiate out like a pebble in the pond, help yourself, help your family, help the community, help the wider world. And that way the force for positive change can build momentum and dampen down negativity, because it's the negativity that's so corrosive. And you know, the positivity, you have to start from within. And in order to do that, if you don't like your job, or you're out of a job, or you've been ill with coronavirus, you know, they're often very difficult things in life. And to be able to feel that you're actually driving your Ferrari doesn't mean you're attached to the Ferrari. You can be spiritual, but actually in the powerful driving seat of something like that, metaphorically speaking, gives you huge power and confidence to know that you've got something that, you know, you are in charge of, and that you can help drive forward, pardon the pun. So I'll see you guys later. I'm going to get ready now, and still in my dressing gown, as you can see, get ready for my live trading in an hour, have a bit of lunch, and then I've got some more calls tonight with people interested in knowing, they're already members and they want to know more about particular strategies and things. So thanks for joining. I'm sorry about my technology issues. Hopefully this recording will come out okay.